right, everybody, welcome on back to Easy Fish Tanks. We're going to have a little fun here and we're going to take a look at some crummy looking fish tanks. All right, here's one at a community center. Oh boy. Yeah, quite a bit of water missing out of this one. I don't know how people let their fish tanks get to this point. Is there even anything in here? Let's see, maybe there's nothing in here. Maybe there's, yeah, I can't see any fish in here, but I imagine there is some. This definitely hasn't gotten any attention in a long time. Let's see if we can see anybody. You know, luckily I don't see any fish in here. Poor turtle at school. I think, what kind of turtle is that? I think that's a yellow belly. That's either a yellow belly or a red ear slider. This certainly is not a great situation for this turtle here. They got an air stone there, but it doesn't look like it's running. He's just way too big for this size tank. And they couldn't even get him like a real basking area. They just got some crummy little bricks right here. Yeah, I feel bad for this guy. I have 4 turtles in my backyard pond. Got a red ear slider and a yellow belly slider. And that's obviously a much better setup than this guy. Poor dude. You know what? I think I've had this stand before too. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine this is probably at most a 20-gallon tank. That's certainly not going to be sufficient for this guy. He looks relatively healthy, which is pretty surprising. Yeah, I can't tell if he's, I think it's a yellow belly. Poor guy. Hopefully they get him a better setup. And here we go. Another tank that is just way too small for the fish in there. Looks like they got some kind of divider in here. I believe this is a Midas cichlid. But yeah, he barely has room to even turn around in here. And the tank isn't even kept clean. Got this big old lava rock in here, which for a fish this big, you really don't want a lava rock in there. There's too much potential for him to scrape up his body on there, damage his slime coat. And to add insult to injury, they got just this nasty looking barf gravel in there. I'm surprised that this fish looks as healthy as he does, just like the turtle in the last one, because this is not near enough room for this guy to be healthy in here. He can't swim. He can't do anything. He's just kind of stuck in the corner. He does look healthy though, which is really quite surprising. See what people have to say about this. This is freaking horrible. I have 1/2 inch Betta in a 5-gallon tank and I still feel like it's hell for her. Such a beautiful fish and just being treated like garbage. That's a good point. That's a real good point. Now here's one I actually think is a really cool idea, but it's executed poorly with the fish they chose. Let's see. Thought you would hate this as much as I do. Oh, look, there's a little pleco right down in here too. All right, that's interesting. I think this would be great for like guppies or some other smaller fish, maybe some like nano rasboras or something to swim around. But I don't think this is suitable for the goldfish here. It's a cool idea. It's just not executed very well. Let's see what people have to say. If I'm not mistaken, this is a feeding system, correctly? A feeding system. I'm not sure what they mean by that. It's a cool concept. Just it should stay as a concept. You know, I kind of disagree on that one. I think if this is executed correctly with the right livestock, this is actually a pretty cool idea. That's probably not a small bristlenose pleco. That's probably a common pleco, which is going to get way too big. We all know these goldfish are going to get huge. Idea is cool. The execution with the livestocking is pretty poor. Here we go. And here's another example of just how big these goldfish get. Look at that size. That's just a comet goldfish. His body shape looks a little strange. This is another goldfish right here. Sometimes people get confused, but you know, not all goldfish are gold. He's way too big for this tank, but at least look, free large goldfish, free to a good home. So they're trying to get rid of it. Oh, look at this comment. I knew a guy who grew a goldfish to almost a foot in a sideways pickle jar. That's so effed up. Yeah, I agree. That is effed up. I have goldfish as well, but they're in my turtle pond, right? So they're just fine. The turtle pond's about 1,000 gallons. Yeah, they're looking healthy. They're doing great. A lot of people don't understand how big these regular goldfish get. I work with a few people at work and I tell them how a comet goldfish can get over a foot long and they don't believe me. I have to show them pictures. People are just kind of naive to how big these actually get. This is pretty crazy. So they say this is a 15-gallon tank, houses 3 feeder fish and 1 betta fish. That is crazy. I don't see the beta. That is a wild combination. That is way too much. Look, this guy right here. I can't even see the beta. Are you sure you didn't try to evacuate or die? Also, tank temp, cold water fish, and tropical fish. Yeah, that's a good point because goldfish don't need a heated tank. In fact, they don't really prefer one. Well, obviously, you want to keep your beta temperature around 72. So the fact that we don't see the beta might imply that it is not doing too hot. And look how cloudy the water is. That's just an ammonia factory waiting to happen. This poor beta at my new job looks like it already passed away. Yeah, it's pretty sad. I actually have this plant holder. This is designed to be a plant holder. I have a few of these in my house and I grow pothos out of them. That's what these are intended for, not housing livestock. Not housing livestock. No way. That is sad. So this poor guy died. This is like a crown tail red betta. I actually have one in this tank right behind me right here. He's hiding. I did this rescape. This is the kind of housing that you want for a betta. You don't want them in a damn, not even a half-gallon planter bowl. Here we go. Here's a good one. So here's someone, they have, it's slightly different betta. I don't think it's a crown tail, but yeah. So this guy's hanging out in a 10-gallon aquarium, one betta fish in here. This looks great. And look, they're asking for improvements. There's not really much as far as the health of the fish goes to improve. You could add a little more detailed aquascaping. You could add some little accent rocks down here to increase it. If you wanted to, you could get rid of the artificial decor, but I think people should do whatever they want with their tank as long as they're keeping the fish healthy. So I think this is a good way to end off here. We saw how not to keep a betta and how to keep a betta. Now we should always try to end these videos off on a positive note. So we'll end it off here with a nice looking healthy betta in a 10-gallon tank compared to the previous clip we just saw. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this little foray into Stank aquariums and our fish tank review, leave a comment down below, leave a like, and I'll make sure to make some more of these. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.